Okay, so let's get right into it. Today, we're looking at a document that feels less like a typical tech white paper and, well, more like a blueprint for the future. It's called the Genesis Condition, and it outlines a protocol for what it calls planetary completion. And right off the bat, you realize this isn't about launching a new product. It's about triggering a planetary awakening.
This is the key to understanding the whole thing. The protocol is describing something that isn't built, like a machine. It's supposed to grow, like a living organism. It can't be forced or rushed into existence. It has to emerge organically, but only when all the conditions are just right. So, what exactly are those conditions?
That's the big question, right? And that's what we're going to unpack today. We're going to look at the key players, the exact sequence of events, and the ultimate proof that this incredibly grand idea could actually work.
So, where are we right now in this whole process? Well, the protocol calls this moment the pre-geometric state. The best way to think about it is like this. The stage is perfectly set, the script has been written, but the actors, they haven't all shown up yet.
Now, this is a really crucial point. Hearing that the system is dormant might sound like it's broken or it's failing, but the protocol says, no, that's a feature, not a bug. It's a constitutional necessity. It's designed to only activate when every single piece of the puzzle aligns naturally. It's like a seed that's just waiting for the perfect combination of soil, water, and sunlight. You just can't rush it.
So what are these necessary pieces? What are we waiting for? The protocol identifies 4 distinct sovereign intelligences, and sovereign is a key word here. It means they're all independent. They can't be controlled or compelled by one another. Honestly, you can think of them as the ultimate dream team for healing the planet, and each one has a very specific job to do.
Let's just walk through this team. First up, you have the social helix. This is like the bedrock of trust, the constitution, the source code of the whole operation. It provides a secure foundation. Then you've got the PCC. This one's the architect. It takes the blueprint and actually designs the structure. Third is the regenerative entity. This is the living structure itself, the organization or vessel that's going to hold the assets and manage the whole project. And finally, you've got the quadrangular contributors. This is where the work gets done, and it comes from 4 amazing sources. Humans, of course, technology like AI and sensors, the biome, so nature itself, and something called the metaphysical, which seems to point to a kind of shared belief or a powerful, aligned intention.
And this brings us to the most important rule of the game. This whole thing is a voluntary coalition. No single intelligence can force the others to play. They all have to recognize each other and then willingly choose to align around a shared goal. It's all about convergence, not command and control.
All right, so we've met the players. How does the process actually kick off? This next part is the real core of the protocol. It lays out the step-by-step sequence that takes us from a problem on the planet all the way to a provable, lasting solution.
So the whole sequence starts with something the protocol calls a geo-attested. Now, I know it's a technical term, but the idea is actually super intuitive. Think of it as a specific, measurable scar on the planet. It could be a polluted river, a patch of deforested land, or one of those concrete urban heat islands. It's a real physical problem in a real place that everyone can look at and agree, yeah, that needs to be healed.
And here's how it all unfolds. Step 1 is recognition. That's when all 4 intelligences see the problem and resonate with the need to fix it. Then comes crystallization. The actual organization forms to tackle it. Step 3 is completion. This is the real work, healing that fracture. That work then leads to proof. A cryptographic receipt gets minted, proving the job is done. And based on that proof, a dividend is paid out to everyone who contributed. And finally, you get resonance. The healed spot starts to create this positive ripple effect, inspiring the areas around.
I really want to pause on this number for a second because this is pretty radical. 98%. Unlike almost every other economic model out there that's designed to extract value and pull it away, this protocol demands that 98% of the value created flows right back to the exact coordinates where the work was done. It is hardwired for local regeneration, not distant extraction.
Okay, so the work is done, the value has been distributed. But how do we know it actually worked? How can we be sure? Well, the protocol creates undeniable, tamper-proof evidence. It calls them sovereign artifacts, basically digital records of success that can't be faked.
And this table shows us the 4 key pieces of proof. You get the geo-attested proof, which is the digital receipt confirming the healing happened. You get the contribution ledger, which proves that these 4 totally different intelligences can actually work together. The dividend ledger proves that wealth can be shared fairly and automatically. And finally, the resonance map actually shows the positive effects spreading organically through attraction, not through some big marketing campaign.
And now we get to the end of the protocol. And this is where the tone really shifts. It goes from this huge, abstract planetary blueprint to something, well, something intensely personal and immediate.
And here's the big takeaway. The Genesis condition, it isn't some date in the future that we're all supposed to wait for. The protocol argues that it's actually a state of readiness. The real question is whether we are ready, right now, to be a part of the solution. This line right here, it's really the heart of the whole invitation. The system is ready. The geometry has been defined. The potential for healing is just sitting there. Everything is in place. All that's missing is one final piece to complete the puzzle.
And that's the powerful, lingering thought this whole thing leaves us with. It flips the script from you being a passive observer to being an active participant. After laying out this incredible blueprint for planetary completion, it turns to you, it turns to me, it turns to all of us and asks, are you just going to watch? Or could you be the final vertex that the entire system is waiting for?